What an honor it was to share time, energy, and space with nurses from all over the country at the first ever Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium in Miami, Florida. From Alaska to Florida to Massachusetts to California, nurses were represented from all over the country and the vibes were high. There was so much positive energy throughout every second, and we were treated like the queens and kings we are, with nutritious, scrumptious healing meals, energetic and knowledgeable speakers, and we were privy to so many heart-opening experiences throughout each day. It was an experience that is still humming in my heart and my soul. I'm hopeful that the nurses you'll hear over the next few Integrative Nurse Coaches in Action podcast episodes will inspire you as much as they did me. We certainly increase the universal vibrations just by being together in this unique and healing environment. And thank you for being here with me right now, and for listening to and supporting all of the incredible nurses we've interviewed over the past few years on the Integrative Nurse Coaches in Action podcast. You are who I lovingly think about as I prepare each episode, and I extend you so much love and gratitude. Now, before we get to today's podcast, let's take 3 deep breaths in and out together. 1, 2, 3. Now, we're ready. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Today is the first day of the Integrative Nurse Coach Academy's Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium. And we're all here in Miami, Florida, getting ready to go and meet each other, some of us for the first time ever. We may have seen each other on social media, or maybe we were in a module together. My heart is beating fast and I'm excited. And I also just feel a sense of peace because I know I'm going to be immersed with fellow nurses who understand the value of connection and coming together and learning and witnessing and sharing wisdom and just being together, sharing meals and time and thoughts and just support for nurses in general and the lives in which we touch. So I'm just feeling excited and looking forward to spending the days ahead with my fellow nurses and nurse coaches from all over the country. And I'm feeling also a little vulnerable because I have to go around and interview many people I've never met before, and just I'm using this new device I've never used before. I'm talking to you on it right now. It's a little microphone, and I feel like I'm nurse coach reporter Nicole Viano coming at you. So I'm going to let some of that vulnerability go and just simply enjoy spending time with the people that I'm going to get to connect with. So I look forward to sharing with you some of the insights from the nurses attending this incredible Nurse Coach Symposium, and I will see you soon. I have with me today
Donna, Leno, Gordon.
And we're here sitting, having a lovely breakfast together. And I'm so curious what Donna is looking forward to the most today.
Oh my God, I'm so looking forward to connecting and networking with all of the other nurse coaches and hearing about what they're doing and learning about their experience and how they are moving this whole nurse coach program forward.
I love this so much. Me too. I'm looking forward to hearing all the stories and connecting with people I've never seen in real life. And here we are all together, excited. You can hear the sounds in the background. One of the funnest things is just meeting amazing nurses and amazing nurse coaches from all over the world here at the conference. And so I just met an amazing nurse, and so I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Yes, hi, my name is Jackie Hernandez.
So Jackie, I'm curious to know what you're most looking forward to for today.
What am I most looking forward to? I guess integrating with all these beautiful nurses and getting to know their story, a little bit more about them, and also learning more about healing and how to help others as well.
All the things I'm looking forward to, too. Thank you so much for answering my question. So here I am walking around, and all of a sudden I'm being led to talk to this amazing nurse.
Hi, I'm Christy Cook.
Christy Cook. So Christy Cook, what brings you here to this Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium?
I'm exploring what I can do as a nurse coach. I've always been interested in holistic nursing, and this is an avenue I'd love to pursue, and just going to learn more about it.
Awesome. So what are you most looking forward to today?
Oh gosh, one of the very first sessions, I guess. I'm just excited to join and learn and take it all in.
So let's be clear, you're not yet a nurse coach. You're a nurse who's exploring nurse coaching. How exciting is that?
Yeah, right. I teach nursing, and I've taught nursing for over 20 years, and I get to be on sabbatical next year, so I'm exploring ideas of what I'm going to do with my sabbatical time, and being a nurse coach is one of those top contenders for me.
Amazing. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for spending your time with us, and I look forward to talking to you later to see what you think.
Sure. Perfect. Thank you.
It's so fun for me to reconnect and connect with people I have seen over a computer screen on a little square and spent amazing time with and learned about. And so right now I am with
Kristy, Meyer.
I'm with Kristy Meyer. Kristy Meyer traveled all the way from Eugene, Oregon.
I sure did.
And so I am curious what you're looking forward to the most in this whole conference.
Oh, boy, picking one thing's hard. Inspiration, learning something new, and just meeting people that are like-minded. So
awesome. That's what I'm looking forward to, too. All right, we'll look forward to all those together. So we just had the pleasure of experiencing the power of nurse coaching, transforming the system from illness cure to healing care. And it was with Shirley Gordon and Nancy France. And there was a lot of interesting content in that presentation and a shifting model of the way we think about nursing, of the way we think about healthcare and nursing together, of the way we think about nurse coaches and practicing and showing up, and so many interesting tidbits. And so here I am with
Angie Maguire. I am from Oak Park, Illinois, just west of Chicago.
Okay, so you've traveled all the way here to Miami. Tell us what nurse coaching program you took.
I took the Nurse Coach Collective.
Yay! We're so glad you're here at our conference too. I mean, we're all collectively shifting the way nurse coaching is showing up in the world, and all of us have done different educations, and here we are collaborating together.
Yes.
So after listening to the Power of Nurse Coaching presentation, what are some key points that really stuck out for you?
Well, I think the presenters, both highly qualified, lots of information, they're dreaming about nurse coaching. I think presenting the new model that you already introduced and sort of thinking about that and where nurse coaching fits in within this dream model of healthcare. And visualizing where we can work, what we should do. And one of the things they talked about, and I think they both coach around, is this nurse-to-nurse caring. And they do one-to-one coaching, but this really caring for each other. I know that's not part of the model they talked about, but that struck me and will stick with me. Is just that nurses need to care for one another. People have said nurses eat their own young, and I hope we can grow away from that. And I feel like nurse coaches can bring that to their daily work. Sort of lead the way in that, in caring for one another.
Love this. Yes, nurses caring for each other and connecting and collaborating at the human level. to support each other.
Yes. Yes.
So we just finished the Power of Nurse coaching, transforming the system from illness cure to healing care. And I am here with
Annie Jones.
And Annie Jones and I were just conversing a little bit about some of the top things that stood out in our mind after listening to this amazing presentation. So I'll turn it over to Annie. She can share a little bit about what she's thinking.
What really stuck out for me was the concept of well-becoming, replacing the concepts of health and well-being. And that really kind of adjusted my head and got me thinking from a perspective of how true that is, because it really is about continuing well-being and becoming and working our way into wellness. And even though we live in a dynamic, hopefully, continuum of health and well-being, it's all about the becoming, because it's never the destination, right? It's all about the voyage, which I also loved and stood out for me as opposed, the journaling. I think about journaling and journey and what have you, but I'm now dating my travel log and keeping my notes about my becoming in wellness.
Oh, I love this so much because it's true. We are becoming. There's never an end destination. We're always shifting and morphing and journeying and uncovering that there is no destination.
I would totally agree, because even when we leave this life and move into the next life, we're still going to be becoming, or at least that's my opinion.
I love the thought of that we're still going to become no matter where we end up.
That's right.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you, Nicole.
So we just listened to Holly Carpenter, and she was talking about the Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation initiative, and we learned so much about the state of nursing and our health and well-being. And so right now I have
Rachel Horne from the Nurse Collective.
And she is here at the Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium, which is really exciting. We're having all nurses from all over the country collaborating and connecting. And I would just love to know a little bit about what you are taking away from the Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation presentation.
Well, I've really enjoyed it. I'm taking away just about the well-being that we should have and really sense for ourselves, as well as the clients that we take care of, and just being fit mentally, physically, socially, environmentally, financially, as our occupation, be fit in all those well-being aspects. And so we can help ourselves, we can also then help our clients.
I love that. Yes, let's take care of ourselves. I mean, really our capacity for caring for others depends upon our capacity for caring for ourselves.
Right. And it's so important just to sort of slow down. I think many nurses work ICU, work hospital nursing, work at a really fast pace. We're just slowing down and remembering those aspects kind of gives us that perspective to be able to take care of others as well as ourselves.
So right now I am with Mandy, an amazing nurse coach. We were just talking about nails. I know we're supposed to be focusing on content at this Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium, but she just showed me her nails, and they are the most amazing things. She's an ED nurse, but these nails you can take on and off, and you don't even have to throw them out, and it sounds like they're even environmentally friendly, so I'm all about the nails. And anyways, now back to the show. So Mandy and I are talking about the Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation presentation we just heard from Holly Carpenter. And so please introduce yourself with your full name.
Okay. My name is Mandy Feliciano, and I have been a nurse for now over 22 years, mostly in the ER trauma area. I love nursing. Nursing is a calling for me. It is not just like career. I mean, it's a career, obviously, but this is a calling. I say it's like no amount of money is equivalent to the authentic nursing care you give. No amount. So this is a calling. So it's not money for me. And even for an example of that is I did a few travel assignments, and travel nurses make immense money, and it wasn't my thing, and I came home. But I love nursing because I love caring for people. Now I'm learning that it's also very important to care for myself.
Oh, yes. Are we listening?
Yes, it's very, very important. And part of that is the healthy nurse movement. Coming into cohort 46 with INCA. INCA has really given me the opportunity to learn way more about myself and that I actually do fit. Because that was another thing that I struggled as a nurse. I feel like I'm not your typical nurse, but INCA, and I know we're supposed to be talking about this, but I just needed to let you guys know that you make me fit. Because sometimes you do feel lonely in the way that you think and how you view your patient. Because it's not a conveyor belt. It's not a factory. These are human beings. These are our fellow brothers and sisters. We want to be taken care of, and we know how we want to be taken care of, and I believe that we should also learn how these individuals want to be taken care of and really respect their needs. And because I have a certain way of thinking like that, it can become difficult because I don't fall into your standard, whatever standard that is. But INCA, like I said, lets me know I do fit. In my way, I've come here and I've met many individuals, and I am so blown by the same mind frame and acceptance of who I am. I've been holding these emotions for weeks. Ever since I knew I was going to come to this symposium, I knew it was going to be mind-blowing, life-changing, spiritually uplifting. And actually, that does help you to become a healthy nurse. It does. When you really find your niche and where you fit, it does help you feel healthy because you feel good. You're just in such a beautiful place, and that helps you be healthy. The system today, in general, healthcare, in general, from all angles, sometimes doesn't make it easy. It doesn't. And it's so true that we don't take our breaks. We don't do these certain things that we should. And I really do hope this really pushes hard for us so that we can go back to our center. I'm such a true Florence Nightingale believer. I truly believe some of the stuff that happens isn't what she wanted. I call her my pioneer mama. I do because I even bought one of the books that I saw because a lot of the lectures start with her quotes. And I believe in our commitment, and that's where we need to be. And this is what it is. These women and men, because there are a few men out there, are doing it. And I am blessed to join this team.
Oh my gosh, I'm just blown away by the heartfelt wisdom of Mandy. And I know you are too. Thank you so much, Mandy.
Thank you so much.
So we just completed some healing circles where we all separated and we got into groups of maybe 8 to 10 and we shared special time together. So here I am with
Svetlana or Lana Mikhaylova. I am a nurse coach from Fort Lauderdale.
And Svetlana, what was your experience in the healing circle?
Actually, it was amazing. I'm very happy to be here. And actually, it was my intention to get here to get this experience, what we had a few minutes ago. We just finished and still talking. And I would say the one word, if I can explain my experience, is share. To share everything what is your heart, in your mind. And it was sharing experience, whether good things or bad things, very pleasant or suffering, but we shared and we happy that we had this experience. I can say from all our group.
The Healing Circle experience for me has just elevated my being, my spirit, and my mind, and made me aware that as human beings, we are all interconnected, no matter where we come from, what our story is. When we embrace love and vulnerability, we elevate our consciousness and our ability to see each other through the lens of love. And for me, that's where true transformation starts to grow and starts to begin, when we step into a place of boldness and surrendering to our story and our experiences, and just being able to share with strangers. And, you know, our stories heal one another. And when we're able to love humans through their experiences, through their pain, and through their fears, we show up so powerfully. The Healing Circle for me was a beautiful experience, and I feel so blessed to have experienced it and to be here.
Here I am with
Christine Ross from Eagle River, Alaska.
And she was just in the Healing Circles too. So what was your experience like with the Healing Circle?
I really enjoyed just the time and space that we had together, and just how we were so connected. We had a lot of similarities, and we just were able to speak from what was on our hearts, and I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that too. And so there was something special that happened for you in the Healing Circle.
Yeah, so I looked over to my right and I noticed this woman had on these earrings, and it looked like they had fireweed on them, and I recognized fireweed from Alaska. So I looked down at her badge and I saw that she was from Eagle River, Alaska, which is also where I'm from. So small world.
And how exciting. Now you have a fellow nurse coach in the same city.
I do, yes. And we were chatting, and we have a lot of other similarities as well. So it was fun to make that connection.
I love this so much for you. So continuing on with Christine Ross, as we were chit-chatting, I just asked the question, like, yeah, what are you, have you graduated from Integrated Nurse Coach Academy? What's going on? And what does she say?
So I just became aware of nurse coaching about a month and a half ago. I was taking a faith community nurse course, which Miss Sheila also has taken. So we have that connection as well. But that's where I found out about this umbrella of holistic nursing. And as I was researching that, I came across the iNurse coaching and found out about the Symposium. And I said, I have to go and find out more. So here I am.
I just love that for you, especially because it was only a month ago and you're like, I am going.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, who doesn't want to come down to lovely Miami? And I already had a trip planned to South Carolina around the same time. So it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. And so, yeah, I took the opportunity to come be here.
Yay. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, me too.
So here we are out on the patio looking at massive boats at this beautiful marina. The sun is setting. We've just completed our very first day at the Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium. Met amazing people, experienced and learned so much. And here I am, sitting not only by myself, but I'm with Lisa and Chelsea. and we all just had a drink together, and we're enjoying this beautiful quiet time before we're on our way to go and be at the happy hour. And so I'm curious to know from these wise women, what is one of your biggest key takeaways from day one? And Lisa, I'll let you breathe a minute because I'm going to start with Chelsea.
Vulnerability is a superpower.
Oh, tell us more about that. Vulnerability is a superpower.
Yes, I think we can over time become very resistant to change and feeling into our emotions and the things that we go through in life, and to open our hearts and be vulnerable and sharing our deepest, darkest secrets and fears about life. There can be so much healing and growth that happens when nurses come together, when women come together, and again, just opening ourselves to... There's a plane overhead. It's really loud.
I love it when that happens. It was like, pay attention to me. No, pay attention to Chelsea. She has so much wisdom that she's sharing.
I don't even know where I was at, but I'm going to get back to just sharing our fears and coming together and acknowledging that we all have similar fears. We have similar traumas. We have similar pain. And to come together and transmute that into higher vibrational emotions and turn it into magic and more light that we can embody and spread the light and spread the wisdom with other people throughout the world and come together and heal.
I would love all our listeners to take a deep breath into those words of wisdom from Chelsea McGee. And now we get to hear from Lisa Osler.
I think my biggest takeaway from day one is just reminding me of the importance of sharing our stories, healing circles and coming back to them. It's something that for many of us is new, but giving people the space to share, giving them the opportunity to pass, but having that time, the silence, the support, and like Chelsea was saying, we all learn that we're not alone. A lot of the stuff that we're feeling, the thoughts that are coming up, there is someone else, probably more than just one, for sure, that's feeling and thinking the same. And so being able to share those feelings in a comfortable, safe space just helps us move through them and move that energy that gets stuck through sharing stories and movement and sound and mindfulness. And so that was my biggest takeaway as a reminder, is just to give people more space to share their story. I think it's more healing than anything.
Thank you, ladies. I love you. So here we are at the happy hour at the Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium. Oh my gosh, the food has been amazing. We had free beverages, and we are in this beautiful wind-swept area at the hotel, and we're just enjoying conversation and connection with our fellow colleagues, and it's been such an amazing evening just getting to know people better. In fact, I am here with...
Hi, this is Amie Taylor. I am from Mickleton, New Jersey. I am from cohort 41, so a fairly new nurse coach here. My biggest takeaway from day one, a couple things. I think just being in the room with all the like-minded nurses has been absolutely empowering, and the energy has been phenomenal. You know, we all come from different backgrounds. We're all doing different things with our nurse coaching, and I think it's so amazing to hear everybody's story and what they're doing with it, and just the energy that we all feel. A couple of things we've kind of talked about is just bringing it back to the simplicity of nursing and just being a nurse and nursing. And you can do so many things with nurse coaching and nursing in general that I think it's so amazing that whether you're a pediatric nurse, an ICU nurse, outpatient, inpatient, how much amazing things we can do and how empowering it is to see it and to feel it and to be together. So it's been a great experience so far, and I can't wait for the rest of the weekend.
Woo! Yeah, it's been so fun. And so, like, even from the things that you've learned today and all of the amazing speakers we've listened to and the connections that we've made, what do you see in your practice that you would take away with you from day one?
I think what I'd see in my own practice. So right now I'm trying to integrate a little bit more of holistic nursing and nursing well-being at the hospital that I work at right now. We don't really have any nurses on our well-being team. So I'm trying to slowly bring myself into the well-being team and really represent the nursing staff. And I think just, again, the simplicity of just breathing exercises and things you can do before you walk into a patient's room, of taking a deep breath before you walk into a patient's room. I use like the textured stickers and things like that. Just something simple to really, that day to day, to really help the nurses, the bedside nurses especially, but to hear everybody's stories of what they're doing in their own practice and kind of just putting it in my back pocket to use later on in our own hospital.
Exciting things coming in your journey. So thanks for sharing those with us.
Thank you so much, Nicole. It's so nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. So here we are at happy hour, and we are in a very windswept area. Everyone's hair is just glowing like crazy. We just completed a few beverages, and we had an amazing paella and a stir fry, and it was awesome. And we've all been connecting, and I've been going around meeting some amazing people. So I have the pleasure of meeting.
Hello, Marilyn Torres Sierra. I currently live in Phoenix, originally from New York City.
And you came here because?
I was investigating, checking out INCA, considering the cannabis nurse, because my daughter has epilepsy, so I figured I should become an expert in cannabis nursing.
All right. And then I also met...
I'm Constance Powers, and I am from Phoenix, Arizona as well.
And what brought you to the conference?
Also exploring, I was looking at the cannabis certification, and when we found this, I thought it would be interesting to check it out.
So you both came because you're really good friends, or what? Tell us a little bit more about your story.
Oh, super fun. So she's an ICU nurse, and I'm a labor and delivery nurse. And we met at a level 3 in Phoenix. And we're very famously called the vagina nurses. Anytime we show up in the ICU when things don't go well for pregnant women. And we take care of them from the waist down, and our fabulous ICU nurses take care of them from the waist up. And so we just bonded off of twisted, traumatized humor.
There is no place on my report sheet for a fundal check. No place.
What's a fundal check?
2 fingers below the umbilicus is where it should be after they give birth. That's all I know about it. So.
Awesome. So we just completed day 1. So I'm curious, and our listeners are so curious, what was your biggest takeaway from today?
That's a great question. One, I want to say we found our tribe. Just based on the nature of the safe, brave space that people occupy in this area versus, the lack of willingness to get to certain depths of conversation in nursing academia and general nursing conferences. So I think the biggest takeaway has been, for me, the mindfulness and reflectiveness of everyone, especially relative to cultural humility as a nurse of color. So I really appreciate, the vulnerability, the humility that everyone is approaching us with. It means a lot.
Thank you for sharing that. And what was your biggest takeaway?
Oh my gosh, my biggest takeaway was that I can go to a nursing conference without wanting to go and explore the city after the first session. It truly was. I was at a spot where I'm making decisions whether I was going to stay in this profession or not, and going to conferences was not something that I was interested in doing any longer, because I could have either taught it better, presented it better, or I've heard the same information for the same 10 years and nothing changed. This is the first time I've wanted to be present for every session. It's the first time that I've stayed an entire day at a conference in probably the last 10 years. And so recognizing that there were others who had the same trajectory as me. We may have different ways of getting there, but the ultimate goal was the same. That was really a powerful thing for me. So my biggest one was I wasn't alone. There are other individuals, and there's more for me to still explore.
Oh my gosh, my heart is so full right now. I can't even believe it. Thank you for sharing your honest thoughts and from your heart, and so appreciated. And we look forward to more. We look forward to learning about you more and sharing the rest of the few days together. Cheers! Cheers!
Amor y dinero.
What a spectacular day today has been. I am winding down, just getting ready to rest in my hotel room. And I have had the most incredible first day at the Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium. And I've met some incredible people. I've reconnected with people that I've met before. I've gotten to hug people that I've only seen online and virtually. And I just feel like my heart is full. And I guess I'm just feeling gratitude. And we get to do this all again tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. And now, a word from our sponsor. The Integrative Nurse Coach Academy offers nurses innovative approaches to re-energize and expand your nursing practice with new skills and tools that focus on lifestyle health and well-being. As an integrative nurse coach, you will confidently promote wellness and resiliency by guiding your clients, patients, and communities to deepen their connections to inner healing resources and expand their capacities to make meaningful choices for healthy lifestyle change. Plus, you'll learn critical self-care tools to actively take care of your own health and well-being on the journey. Join the global Integrative Nurse Coach Academy community and rediscover your passion for nursing in the online Integrative Nurse Coach Certificate Program. Learn more about our programs at inursecoach.com. And when you register for the Integrative Nurse Coach Certificate Program, be sure to use the code ACTION to get $100 off the Part 1 and 2 bundle. Now, back to the podcast. So I'm getting ready to go downstairs for day 2. I had the most amazing sleep last night, comfortable bed, quiet hotel room, and just felt so much gratitude going to rest. And woke up this morning feeling just alive and alert and ready to roll. I was able to go down onto this beautiful marina area and just walk by the water and spend some time by myself for a few moments just to, reconnect to me and all of the memories from yesterday. And then looking forward to whatever's going to happen for today. And I look forward to sharing with you more connections with nurses that I meet throughout the day. So I'll talk to you soon. So here we are on day 2, and there's a lot of excitement here at breakfast. You can hear everybody's voices everywhere. All preparing for the day ahead, and we're excited. I'm sitting here beside
Rebecca Meyer. I'm from New Mexico, Grants area. That's 80 miles west of Albuquerque.
Awesome. So I am curious to know what you are most looking forward to today.
Today I'm just most looking forward to learning more, getting new ideas, and meeting more people for networking.
So what are your plans? Because you say networking. What are you going to do with the networking?
What will I do with it? Well, hopefully we can use it as a brainstorming technique and learn from each other as the courses go on. Once I become a nurse coach, it's nice to have other people that are interested in the same stuff in the same area. And I can get ideas and bounce ideas off them and learn from them.
Awesome. So you are just completing the Integrative Nurse Coach Academy's course?
Yes, I am. It was very helpful for me, and I will be graduating as a nurse coach on May 2nd, and then I'll be ready to take the boards.
Woo! Congratulations.
Thank you.
So here we are getting ready to have our first presentation of the day. And it's going to be functional nutrition approach to healing, an elimination diet. Oh, So that sounds fabulous. And I'm sitting here with
Christina Jean Lewis from Miami, Florida.
So Christina, I understand that you are a nurse. Tell us where you practice.
I am local here in Miami, and I practice at the Jackson Health System.
And what kind of nursing do you love?
Do I love? I love functional nursing, so that's where I'm trying to go. I currently work in quality, which I have loved for a very long time, but I think I've done what I'm supposed to do there, and I'm ready to move on and see what's next.
A lot of our nurses are in the same position, and we are looking for things that are really calling to us today. Yes, so you say you love functional nursing, and here we are. The next topic is about that. So tell me what you're looking forward to the most.
I am looking forward to that lecture, the functional nutrition, and also the cannabis in nursing. That one really, really is piquing my interest, and I can't wait to see what comes out of that lecture.
So tell me why you are most interested in the cannabis nursing.
If I can be personal, I've had my own experiences with cannabis, and it's done so much for me, and I don't think enough people know about the benefits of it. And I think on a physical, like we know glaucoma, and it helps with appetite and such, but the ability to do the inner work and that shadow work, as people like to call it, has been transformational for me, and I wish more people had access to it in that way.
Oh, I love this so much. And so you'll be able to connect some of the science. Of course, Love and Judy will be talking about that and bringing that to life for everyone in this room so we can all understand a little bit more about cannabis and then also functional nutrition. We are exposed to a lot of exciting topics here.
I'm so excited. It's been the best time here, and just being with so many people who have a general interest in the same thing that I've been looking for. I'm so excited. I couldn't be more excited to be here.
Awesome. I'm so excited you're here too. Thanks for being here. So here we are at our amazing coffee break, and we have just listened to Bridget Sager talk about the Elimination Food Plan and how we can incorporate that into our very busy lives and support ourselves first, and then, of course, support our clients and patients and communities. And so here I am with
Arnika Smith from Shreveport, Louisiana.
And
Tyrone Smith, also from Shreveport, Louisiana.
And I am here with them, and I'm just curious, what did you find most intriguing about today's presentation so far?
So far, I found so much intriguing about what she was saying today as far as how eliminating things can reverse all kinds of conditions, autoimmune conditions, ADHD conditions, etc. And I just feel like that is so important to get to the root cause. And I've thought this for a while, get to the root cause of what the problem is. And I feel like if we can do that in so many health conditions, not just mental health, not just asthma or good health, I'm talking about chronic issues like pain, fatigue, so many things that we deal with on a daily basis. If we can connect and eliminate that root cause, I feel like we'll be better as a society in whole.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that wisdom. Yes. And Tyrone, what are your thoughts?
What I really pulled from what she was saying today is a lot of the why. Even going to gastrointestinal specialists, they deal with, kind of a plan with what's happening to you, but not the why. So getting down to the root cause of the why is very important. And also the balance of what you're actually eating. A lot of things that we eat, actually contributing to, situations that we have with health. So in the long run, I think, what she was talking about, doing an elimination plan, is very, very important, and with that being said, you can really get down to some root causes and you can reverse some things like my wife was previously saying. You can really reverse some health conditions, and she was also amplifying that she had some health conditions and she was able to get off some medications. And a lot of people want to kind of come out of that medicine cabinet and just really grab their health and kind of create their own lane. So that's what I gathered.
I love that. Get out of the medicine cabinet and grab their own health. Yes, yes, sir. So now I also discovered something very intriguing about the two of you. is that you are supportive, very supportive of each other. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my wife is just really, an outgoing individual, and she came to this conference, to really gather some more information, and I thought it was pivotal for me to be here with her, and I just felt like I wanted to be a part of it, a lot of strong character women here, including my wife, and just being part of this conference here with her has really enriched me, so with that being said, I'm just really, really happy that I came. We had the group session yesterday, roughly closed out with the group session, and our group session was peace, and that's what I really found here. It's just a real sense of peace with the meditation, the talking, just the camaraderie that's happening here. It's really a nice event, and I'm really glad I was able to be a part of it.
We are so glad you are here too. So how do you feel about your husband being here supporting you?
Like the luckiest woman in the world. He's absolutely amazing. He supports me in everything that I do. I'm blessed. I am.
Hasn't this been so inspiring and so fun? I definitely have more nurses, very inspiring nurses, that I interviewed on day 2. And I'm going to share those, and I want to keep them for the next episode of the Integrative Nurse Coaches in Action podcast. So I will see you again, and I can't wait to share more of the exciting time that we had at the Integrative Nurse Coach Symposium in Miami, Florida. Coming at you next episode. Until then, please listen to past episodes of Inspiring Nurses, and please invite all of your amazing nurses to listen to our podcast. Thanks for being here.